discovered for the first time how small galaxies survived after being shredded by their larger siblings. The rare dwarf galaxies were likely victims of galactic cannibalism. Welcome to the Space Diary channel. Before watching, I want to ask you to help our channel by liking and subscribing. Galaxies may seem to be lonely travelers in the universe, but in fact many of them are in galaxy clusters where they are held together by gravity. But sometimes larger galaxies eat their smaller neighbors and take all their matter for themselves. But it happens, dwarf galaxies can survive such galactic cannibalism and turn into a very rare type of astronomical object. They were discovered by scientists who described the results of their research in the journal Nature. There is nothing unusual in the fact that large galaxies absorb smaller counterparts in the process of evolution. For example, the Milky Way absorbed a dwarf galaxy about 10 billion years ago and became larger. Some dwarf galaxies, after being torn apart by larger galaxies, disappear completely because they transfer all their matter to their massive counterparts. But some small galaxies are able to survive such galactic cannibalism. They keep their cores intact and turn into ultra-compact dwarf galaxies, which are very rare. The authors of the new study used a telescope at the Gemini North Observatory to observe the process of galactic cannibalism in action in the Virgo galaxy cluster, located 65 million light-years away. This cluster, consisting of thousands of galaxies, is the closest to the local group, a cluster that includes the Milky Way. For the first time, scientists have seen how small galaxies torn apart by their neighbors transform into ultra-compact dwarf galaxies. The scientists found as many as 106 such astronomical objects. Although the outer shells of stars in these galaxies have already moved away from the center, a dense group of stars in their core has remained in place, indicating that the galaxies have undergone a merger process and are transforming into a new object. When the outer layers of these dwarf galaxies are completely absorbed by their larger neighbors, they will turn into supercompact dwarf galaxies. The authors of the study say that even more similar objects can be found in clusters of galaxies which may have even lower masses than the discovered astronomical objects. Although astronomers had previously suggested that they were observing candidates for supercompact dwarf galaxies, they lacked the data to clearly distinguish them from other galaxies in the Virgo cluster. But the new observations have corrected the situation. According to the scientists, the victims of cosmic cannibalism are very close to their large neighbors, but this does not prevent them from taking a new evolutionary path. Join our Space Diary channel to keep talking about space on the latest missions, night sky, and more. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow for more interesting videos.